Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. So, in today's lesson of Unity Raw, we are going to learn about a new topic that is delegates. All right. So, I'll quickly open up Visual Studio Code and let you know what actually delegate is and how it actually behaves and how it actually functions. All right. So a delegate can actually be understood as a variable that contains a function or that refers to a function or that basically holds a function. So this is what in general sense a delegate is. Now it will be more clear when we actually start looking into the code and how it actually behaves in the real C sharp coding. We can also understand that delegate is one of the primary pillars that makes sure that your code is robust and is pretty much flexible as well as loosely coupled. So the idea behind delegate is that you can understand a delegate like like how a country has its delegate, his its ambassador to uh, represent the entire country. In the similar way, a delegate here also works in the same manner. Let's see the signature for delegate. So a delegate basically, as I told earlier, is a variable that contains a function or that refers to a function. So a delegate basically has a signature, and then we can either create a delegate variable to work with it or an event. So event will take it up in the coming lessons, but today we'll look into uh, delegates and delegate variables. So let's say we are going to write a delegate, and it will be completely raw lecture. Like I'll type the code, I'll be making mistakes, I'll rectify them right in front of you. So just so that you will get a fair amount of idea how things work and how you can actually start writing your code. All right. So let's say we are writing a delegate for a function that is not going to return anything, and neither it is going to accept any arguments or any parameters inside it or within it. So let's say let's see the basic signature for delegate. Something would be like this. Say public delegate void, and on let's say on click. I'm not actually very good at naming the functions and variables, so please excuse me. But I'm trying to learn all those things. All right, so this is a basic delegate that we have created. Okay, and let's create a delegate variable very quickly. Public on click and on click will be a delegate variable. All right. So what is happening here? In this line, we have actually created delegate. Okay, and this line is a delegate variable. What is happening here? So we have actually created a delegate with the help of the delegate keyword, and this is the function signature, or you can say the function uh, representation. So what it means is like any function in our entire project, what we are going to develop inside Unity, whether it is a game project or it is a simulation or anything else. So all those functions inside the project which obeys this signature will get subscribed to this delegate. All right, let me repeat it. So all those functions that obeys this signature gets subscribed to this delegate. And what this signature says, a function that has a return type of void and does not accept any parameters, right? So let's say, for example, we have a function which is of the same type or the same kind as that of the delegate, which the delegate can hold. Let's say let void. print something. Okay, let's say we are logging an information here. This is very nice. All right. And another function that we can think of would be something like public void, public void, uh, let's say deactivate um, game object. Okay, let's say let's see trying this thing out as well. Okay, and let's take a game object reference here, public game object, obj. All right, and here we are simply gonna deactivate this game object. Okay, all right. So what can happen here is that these two functions have the exact signature as that of the delegate, so they can actually be subscribed to this delegate. And the beauty of the delegate is that if, let's say, if we have a single function, it can be subscribed to the delegate. If we have multiple functions, that can also be subscribed to delegate. But the condition is all those functions that are going to be subscribed to the delegate should have the same signature as that of the delegate. So let's say we, in this delegate variable on click, we can actually add the reference of the function having the same syntax. Let's say print something will, or let's say on click will be equivalent to print something. Okay, and we're just checking here if whether on click is null or not. Is not null, right? If it is not null, then simply call my delegate, which we are actually calling with the help of the delegate variable. Okay, let's go back to Unity, allow it to compile. Mm, all right, all right. Okay, let's have a game object to which we'll be attaching our script. Okay, and this is an object reference that we have taken. Just quickly take that object as well. It will be a cube. Mm, okay, all right. So let's take this cube's reference here in our delegate script. Okay, now when we actually play a scene, let's see what actually happens. Let's check the console because we are calling the print something method. All right, so this is the beauty of a delegate. This is very nice. And where is this coming from? This is absolutely coming from, this is very nice, this function. So what is happening here? So what we have done is, since the signature of this function is same as that of this delegate, so with the help of the delegate variable, we can actually subscribe. You can say we can actually subscribe this method to the delegate variable, and then we are just checking whether this delegate variable is null or not. If it is null, then there's no point calling this delegate variable. If it is not null, then we can call this delegate variable. And so delegate variable will simply act as if we are calling this method, or in other terms, we can say, or these methods, right? So getting my point, what happens here is, since both of these functions obey the signature of the delegate, both can actually be subscribed to this delegate variable. And in place of calling these methods separately, we can directly call this delegate variable only. And it will, since it is representing all these methods that are subscribed to this delegate variable, all these methods will be called. So just one one simple delegate variable will act on behalf of all those functions that were subscribed to it, right? So this is even also known as multicast delegates, right? So we actually have the option of subscribing multiple uh, functions to a delegate variable. Also, once our task is done, we can unsubscribe it using something, like this, which we'll see later on when we actually tackle event in much more clarity. So we can do something like this when we are done with calling of the delegate variable. Okay, we'll see this how these things behave. But first, let's see what happens now. Okay, back to Unity. Let's press stop. 1 second. All right. Now let's play and see what happens. All right. See, the cube has actually got inactive, or it has been set active as false, and we are also printing this uh, information or message. So that's the beauty of delegate. And both of these functions are getting called just by one function call to that delegate variable. So that is about delegates. So keep on learning, keep on practicing, and the more you practice, the more you will actually learn about these uh, complex topics about C Sharp and Unity combined. All right. So thank you very much. See you. Bye.